clash of the Titans in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks and Brooklyn Nets. I spy MVP or 2 or maybe even 3, James Harden showing off the most valuable player form, the floater in the lane. Giannis Antetokounmpo, a 2-time reigning MVP, flexing. Nets sharing the ball. There's the other MVP, Kevin Durant, to James Harden. Then Harden paying it right back to KD running the floor. And Brooklyn ahead by 5. They had a small lead by 1 at half. Second half, James Harden with that patent step back. Joe Harris cutting backdoor. And DeAndre Jordan finding a beautiful pass from the big man. KD for 3. How often do we hear that? Then Harden finding DeAndre Jordan. A perfect roll to the basket. Brooklyn ahead by 7. Looked like they were about to pull away when this happens. Giannis working out inside. Pat Connaughton connecting from outside in the Bucks. Take the 1-point lead that became a thing. James Harden showing off the dribbles, getting some space, and creates. And KD, less dribbles, pull up, and it's good. So Brooklyn takes the lead back by 5. Former Brooklyn Net, Brook Lopez connects from outside. Milwaukee up 1. Then James Harden flipping that score back on its head now. It's Brooklyn up 1. Chris Middleton mid-range gets it to drop. James Harden floater in the lane, and once again Brooklyn jumps ahead by 1. Giannis on the other end finishing off the miss, puts Milwaukee up 1. You see what's happening. Lead changes back and forth. This time Joe Harris for 3, and it's Brooklyn back on top. Another lead change. Chris Middleton in the mid-range, under a minute to go. Then Harden finding KD off the miss. In the Nets, jump ahead 125-123. Chris Middleton going for the win in the final lead change, but it's no good. And it's the Nets take the win 125-123 over the Bucks.
You know, James, you've been around the world and you've played basketball for different teams and you've had some successful teammates. Can you just share with us what it feels like to be on this journey after being in Houston for so long, giving your heart and soul to that area, to now being in Brooklyn, playing with one of your closest friends in Kevin Durant?
You know, Houston is a beautiful place. You know, shout out to them. But it just feels great, man. It's a rejuvenation. This organization, Brooklyn Nets, has welcomed me with open arms. And obviously I'm playing with some of the best talent in the world, as you've seen it tonight. Me individually, I just got to get my point guard skills back in the sense of not turning the ball over so much. But, you know, that rhythm will come. Me knowing my teammates, the chemistry will come. And that's a huge win for us. Not really having a chance to practice, just going on the fly. We beat a really good Bucks team. So watch some film and get ready for the next game.
You know, James,
pretty
no
good
secret
for someone who hasn't practiced for a couple of days, yeah. But you have to be happy the way things have turned out.
Yeah, you know, and still tonight we gave up a couple offensive rebounds, a couple defensive errors. Like I said, first half we turned the basketball over too much. You know, when we get a shot at the rim, we're really, really good. So, you know, good win for us. And like I said, get ready for our next opponent.
Exciting news for the Brooklyn Nets. All 3 of their superstars back in action, including Kyrie Irving returning after missing 7 games, hasn't played since January 5th. Kyrie Irving hitting the baseline fadeaway, getting hot early like he didn't miss a bit. Then Kevin Durant finds Irving again. This time he hits the 3. Irving, why not give it to the hot hand? Drives all the way in for the layup. He has 17 points on 8 of 10 shooting in just 70 minutes at a half. Halftime score 51-49. Cleveland on top. Nets get back in it. Kevin Durant hits the 3 plus the foul. And he sinks the free throw. Then James Harden got to give him some left-right. Hits the deep 3-pointer. His dangerous step-back move. Then James Harden with the assist, finding Kyrie Irving, who knocks down the corner 3. So Cleveland's up 107-105 at this point. It gets more exciting. After Joe Harris missed, Kyrie Irving gets the tipping. Now we are tied at 113. Everybody, final seconds of the game. Kyrie Irving makes contact with Colin Sexton. We got to see that again. Really physical play. Colin Sexton takes a shot to the mouth that could not possibly feel good. Huge moment in the game here after the Nets worked their way back from trailing most of the second half. Coach's challenge, and the challenge ends up resulting in the jump ball. So let's keep playing hoops. We go to OT. Alright. Kevin Durant finds Kyrie Irving for the 3. Irving finished with 37 points. Brooklyn up 3. Then Colin Sexton gets blocked, but finds Larry Nance Jr. for the 3. So now we are tied at 120. James Harden with the ball. That's one guy that you want to have the ball if you're the Brooklyn Nets, but he finds Jeff Green, who hits the 3, showing his ability to make a great pass. Brooklyn 123-120. Last chance for the Cavs. You want the ball in Colin Sexton's hand. He was hot all night. Hits the 3-pointer, ties it up. We are all tied at 127, and we're going to double overtime. Colin Sexton again hits the 3-pointer. Let's just keep it there. Why change it? If it's not broken, Colin Sexton again for the 3. He had 20 straight points in this game. Why not knock down another one? He had 42 points on the night. That's a career high for Colin Sexton. He added 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and Cleveland will go on to win it. 147-135. The encore, Brooklyn Nets and Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, Cleveland beat Brooklyn in the debut of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. No KD in this one, out for rest, but James Harden with the between the legs pass to Kyrie Irving, who gets 2 of his 30 first quarter points. Brooklyn ahead by 5. Harden, another double-double, continuing to find his teammates in scoring his own. 90 points, 11 assists in the game. Brooklyn ahead by 4. Second quarter, the throw with the poster. The throw down by Jared Allen on Joe Harris. Well, that was great. Allen added the game. The former Net just attacking the rim. Cleveland up by 5. Kyrie Irving also putting on the show. 38 points and 5 assists. Cleveland low up by 1 at half. Second half, the young bull going to work. It's Colin Sexton and 1. Jared Allen, yet another dunk, this time around running the floor and finishing the oop. 19 points, 6 rebounds for Allen. Irving continuing to hit the X on the controller and make it work. Cleveland load ahead by 10. Sexton puts it away. 25 points, 9 assists. And the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Brooklyn Nets 2 times in a row. This one, 125-113. Kevin Durant returns after missing the game to rest his Achilles. The Nets taking on the Miami Heat, and we get started in a second. James Harden, point provider, fights Joe Harris for a 3-pointer. Then it's Kyrie Irving to Kevin Durant. That looks like a good Achilles to me. Right to the rack and laying it. Brooklyn's up by 14. Later in the second, Kyrie Irving with a missed layup, but left got DeAndre Jordan throwing it down. 62-46, Brooklyn in front. Kelly Olynyk fights Ben Adebayo for the buzzer beater 3-pointer, and at half, Brooklyn's up by a cool 10. Third quarter, Kevin Durant back at it like only he can. A giant outlier just pouring threes. Then Durant finds Irving on the cut, and Irving fades and hits the little jumper. Then Joe Harris wins it to Kevin Durant for the 3. He had 31 points on the game. Brooklyn up by 16, but Ben Adebayo pulls up for the jumper and 1, bringing his team back. He made a free throw, then Ben Adebayo another jumper. He made a lot of shots in this game because he had a career high in points, 41 with 9 assists. Brooklyn's lead changed to 2. Kyrie Irving low drives and hits the fadeaway. Then it's Irving for the 3-pointer, and you get the idea. All of a sudden, the Nets back in front by 4. Then Irving drives for the layup and the lead extends to 8 with less than a minute to go. But he's still fighting. Duncan Robinson making some impossible shots here, knocks down that three-pointer. Then Duncan Robinson gets fouled on the three-pointer by Irving, who was not in love with the call. Watch it one more time. Kyrie Irving, he's close, maybe a touch foul there, but Duncan Robinson goes to the line. He makes his first two. This is that free throw with less than 10 seconds to go towards that one in, so it's a 2-point game. The Nets able to seal the game at the free throw line. Kyrie Irving gets fouled. He had 28 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and Brooklyn had enough points to get a win. Final score 124-128.
Coming off of those 2 games in Cleveland, finding a way to pull this one out down the stretch. How big was this win for this group?
It's huge. Obviously a couple of tough games, but able to find our rhythm here early, and then at the end of the day, a win is a win, and we'll take it however we can get it.
With Kevin sitting last night, this is just the second game where we've seen Kevin, Kyrie, James with the rest of the group. I know folks want things to be perfect right away, but what is this process like, building continuity, connectivity out there, and trust?
It's tough. Like you mentioned, this is the second time where we've had this entire group together. It's going to take time. We got to be patient. No need to panic here early. It's one of these things where we don't have the luxury of having a lot of practice time, a lot of time together where, we're just kind of throwing it into the fire. And you really got to be patient with this whole thing.
It was big 4 tonight. You had 7 3-pointers in this game, matching a career high, 20 points in the first half. What were you seeing out there that allowed you to be so aggressive and set the tone for the team?
I think just playing off of those guys, they make simple plays where they're, facilitating, getting into the middle. And, I'm just kind of trying to find space and get room and rhythm shots.